Okay, so now we got the microphone in here. That was weird. Apparently I was muted. Anyways, we're doing something a little bit different today. We're just gonna look at some random videos and stuff and see what's going on. Been a minute since I've watched, just random gaming news, and it's kind of want to see what all's going on. So these guys are good. They usually do a pretty decent job of.
In the years after Fortnite took over the live service scene, the space became a very attractive option for eager publishers looking to carve out a piece of what was seen as a very
Okay.
lucrative and previously unconquered frontier in modern gaming. There was also Destiny, which did quite well alongside Apex Legends, GTA Online, and Warzone. The notion that every franchise could be an ongoing source of engagement and revenue was an idea that was admittedly too good to pass up.
Didn't have
It
my
also
border
could
behind
create
me. That was
interesting
kind of
ways to
weird.
keep gamers coming back for more. On paper, that concept worked, and things were looking pretty good for live service titles all around. But things have changed. Where single player games once looked
Okay.
like stories that ended and could not be monetized further, they are now
That's
the
not
front.
really news. That's just him talking about how single players games are better now in a vague. I don't know why that's titled news.
What a week! Xbox started very strong with the Xbox Game Showcase, but ended on.
Okay, so it looks like we're just gonna read these articles because these guys don't know how to make videos. Isn't that awkward? Hmm. Yes, I totally get my news from Reddit. Yeah, no, that looks very interesting. Oh, it's a mobile Naruto game. Like anyone would want to play that. What is with these mobile games? No one wants to touch that shit. Oh, yeah, now you guys can see all the weird shit I was looking at. Huh. Andy Shakar and shit. Or, yeah, whatever. I don't remember the weird guy who terribly makes videos. Like his bootleg universe. It was pretty interesting. But anyways, let's keep looking. It's just it looks so bad. There's nothing that's actually news here. It's just all like the drama between fucking what's his name and Emiru. Yeah, that's totally a game, right? I play that all the time. Lawsuit drama. Stupid people. Hey, this guy actually has a gaming news thing. Hmm. Yeah, I think we're better off just reading the articles, right? It's all kind of crappy. I don't feel like reading the articles, but whatever. Oh God, I accidentally went to IGN. Never again. Um, Game Rant, you're not as bad. Okay, so let's look at this. Steam makes terrifying co-op game 100% free until. Hmm, that's actually kind of useful. That might be something I might be interested in. Oh, oh, it's Dead by Daylight. It's basically a free trial period, guys. So if you don't have Dead by Daylight already, this is actually kind of interesting, isn't it? I already have Dead by Daylight, so I don't need it for free. But hey, if you were thinking about trying it, this is a good time. I mean, look at that. I'm not really gonna read the article because I don't really want to look at something that's meant to extend the period in which you read it. Now, Arc Raiders, strict action against item duplication users. Yeah. All the dupers. Oh no. I feel so bad for them. Okay, this actually might be something I want to read. Same guy, too, as the last article, so at least he gets interesting news. Arc Raiders has warned that players involved in the item duplication attempts could face strict action, while also announcing that Duvio Anti-Cheat is set to play a larger role in monitoring its multiplayer experience. One of the first of the such exploits, okay, that's a really fun way to word that, emerged when players discovered a way to duplicate weapons and ammo, which ultimately made Arc Raiders unplayable for some people. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, we know what duplication does. I don't know why he feels the need to explain duplication to, like, people who game. That's just kind of dumb. When duplication glitches in Arc Raiders peaked, blah, 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 blah. Embark Studio announced the first wave of strict action against players who excessively abuse them. However, similar exploits have continued to circulate among players, prompting Embark Studios to tighten its rules. Well, you shouldn't have fucking been letting people dupe shit in the first place, so that's on you guys. That is what we call a bad fucking choice. If you're a gaming company, you should not make really dumb choices like that. Ooh, look at that outfit. That outfit's pretty sick. On June 16th, they introduced an update. I'm not going to read it the way he has it written. Bringing a list of minor changes and bug fixes. The patch notes also included announcement regarding item duplication glitches. Yes, you keep fucking saying that, dude. See, this is why I don't read these people's fucking articles. He 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 mentioned the item duplication glitch about 3 or 4 times already. It's just kind of ridiculous. Ah, okay. Life is Strange Studio may run out of funding. Oh, that sucks, but eventually they were gonna. Yeah, they didn't really do too good in some of them. Although I haven't played the most recent game. Mm. I didn't like 2 very much. Overwatch, no, thank you. Um, okay, Xbox players have a chance to get what game is it? Come on. Oh, tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why I should care. Game Pass losing 8 games. Yeah. Nobody cares. It's not even news. Ooh, looks like they added quality of life updates for free loadouts. Oh, that's a good idea. Making it so you can't use free loadouts on certain maps while certain events are going on. Yeah, that's about how I feel. Good for you guys. I'm sure that's not gonna backfire and, work out really horribly. It's gonna work out really horribly. Because that's not what the game needs. More restrictions. We're gonna make sure we monetize the fuck out of you. No, not really. In all honesty, it'd be better if there were more spending options in that game because there ain't shit to like buy. That's good. Ooh. Mm. Oh, that's cool. I'm sure everyone loves that. So they've confirmed they are not going to be making any more expeditions that are going to be out of the map. So that sucks ass. That was like the only thing this game had going for it. They're like, we're just going to slowly kill this game. That's unfortunate. Yeah, let's look at Mr. Matty plays. He's always good.
Salutations, everybody. It is Maddie here today. Hope you're all doing absolutely excellent. Today, we are gathered, which has been my primary complaint of the past leadership group.
Yep, yep, yep.
And how they would greenlight other smaller projects, which is fine because
Wonder
they
if
seem
this
more
Fallout.
set for Game Pass, but they completely neglected the things they paid a lot of money for. It never made sense to me. Today, we are getting into a report by the Information, then re-reported by Reuters, and we're going to dive into supporting evidence on what exactly is going on with Fallout and Elder Scrolls and what you could expect.
Okay. Now that just makes me want to look it up. Let's just look up and see what we got here. Oh, Microsoft is considering doing that. That's dumb. Oh, now you guys see all my Facebook shit. That's exactly what I want, to go to Facebook. Again, if you're going to Facebook or TikTok or any of those places for your news, you should just probably stop paying attention to news in general. Because half of the shit's misinformation. Wait, Fallout 5 is confirmed? No way. They're gonna keep making the series of games that makes them money? Unheard of. I don't see why this is a fucking article. Hmm. Okay, so that was interesting. So what do we want to do next? I was looking into the fun things that are AI, trying to see what exactly, like, yeah, researching stuff for videos I'll probably never actually make. Okay. So isn't that fun, my friends?
At a desk to a full mocap stage with control over every recording device on set, including video. And we're taking that further.
Cool. Unreal's awesome. At least the engine. Here we go. This is what we need to see. Let's see what games are coming up. Because I know there's a lot of games that I want to see.
The second half of 2026 is going to be freaking nuts with game releases. I mean, not that the first half wasn't, but now we're moving into area where it's pressure time. You got Grand Theft Auto 6 backing everybody into a corner, and that corner is September. Anyway, there's a lot coming. Hi, folks, it's Falcon. Join the 1% Club to get the Falcon Show today on Game Ranks, the top 20 new games of the second half of 2026. And number 20, Star Wars Zero Company. Essentially, XCOM with blasters and lightsabers, right? Star Wars has done shooters, action adventure.
I'm not a fan of the way this, like, anything about this game. I think the two Star Wars games that they're making right now are kind of stupid. Right, that they're doing here, like, no one's interested in another, like, off-brand fucking Battlefront. I'm sorry, I played the shit out of Battlefront. I love that game, but we don't need another one. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't get it. That's pillow is. Sit on this. But yeah, I just don't understand, like, what the point in that would be. You know what I mean? I just don't get it. The other one's just as bad.
MMOs, space
worse in my opinion,
battles,
actually.
Lego freaking dipped its toe into Souls likes with the Jedi game, Jedi Survivor and Jedi Fallen Order. But now we're getting a single-player turn-based tactics game set in the twilight of the Clone Wars. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that every new piece of Star Wars media is worth your time. Quite the contrary, it's not. This piece of Star Wars media, however, looks very intriguing. Not just because it does have a narrative and a story and it's not written by, you know, whoever's doing it now, but because it looks like the whole package for one of these types of games. Further, Respawn isn't working alone on this one. Bit Reactor is as well, and that's a studio made up of former XCOM developers, or at least, so to me, this really looks like a game full of potential. I love XCOM. I love good Star Wars, and
See,
let's be serious. Respawn is in charge of probably the best piece of Star Wars media the last while with the Jedi Fallen Order and Survivor games. So as far as I'm concerned, let's go. Star Wars Zero Company is landing August 27th for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series. I'm going to just really quickly ask you to subscribe and enable notifications. The YouTube homepage is a mess. And we ask you this big favor because it helps us out a whole bunch. We hope it helps you see some stuff you want to see. I'm not going to bug you for too long. We got a whole bunch to get into today, so let's get back to the video. And number 19, it's Warhammer 40k, Dawn of War 4. After years of being somewhere between beloved classic and
another
please
Warhammer
stop
game.
Talking about Dawn of War 3
Those
at
are
Family
always
Gatherings,
welcome.
Dawn of War 4 is coming back as a proper real-time strategy game developed by King Art Games and published by Deep Silver. This particular Dawn of War is heading back to Kronos, the fan-favorite war zone from Dark Crusade, which is a smart move, I think. At launch, it's going to have Space Marines, Orcs, Necrons, and Adeptus Mechanicus The big appeal here, I think, is that they're trying to bring the series back towards the large-scale RTS chaos that people actually wanted from previous games, where half of the screen is just like filled up with frickin' explosions. Honestly, after a lot of strategy games, real-time turn-based or hybrid, have just kind of vanished. It's nice to see Dawn of War return with a numbered sequel, not pretending that the previous games didn't exist, but saying, you know what, let's continue. Warhammer 40k Dawn of War 4 is landing September 17th on PC.
Hello. How's it going?
At number 18 is Valor Mortis, a
I'm not going to attempt to pronounce your name because I don't want to butcher
level,
it.
the studio behind Ghost
There's
Runner,
no way I
which
can say
should
that.
immediately tell you a couple of things. First, it's going to be fast. Second, you're going to die. Valor Mortis takes place in an alternate
I'm pretty
version
good
of
at pronouncing
19th
things,
century
but
Europe,
certain-
where
yeah, I
Napoleon's
can just see I
endless
can't
war
pronounce
has
that very well.
caused a supernatural plague.
How are
in
you doing
some
today?
way. I don't pretend I really fully understand.
I'm just looking at these things, seeing what the new games are.
In that aspect, but you play as William, a former soldier in
Well,
Napoleon's
right now we're
army,
looking
who
at
gets
games and
resurrected
trying to see what's
have
coming
to deal
out,
with monsters
seeing what
and
interests us,
apparently a
and seeing if
conspiracy of some
you know,
kind. The easiest comparison.
if there's
I think
anything
to
I
make
want
is
to
sort
mark
of
on my
Dark
calendar and be like,
Souls
oh, this is when this comes
Dishonored
out.
in a Napoleonic War era. It's a pretty wild-looking game
Makes
being
sense.
dropped into the
Okay,
more
okay.
wildly overcrowded September.
Just wanted to make
to
sure it wasn't, like,
October
super
release
important
window. It was actually
you that I say
scheduled
your
for
name, 'cause
September 24th.
some people
Most
like hearing their
recently,
names
it was
and stuff.
reported that they moved that to October 13th. I assume because there are some pretty high-profile releases landing in September, and it's coming
Nice,
to
nice,
PC,
nice. I'm glad you're doing good.
PS5, and Xbox Series. And number 17 is Castlevania Belmont's Curse. I genuinely
Castlevania game.
cannot say to you how much I am happy this exists. It's being developed by Evil Empire.
You just can't go
and
wrong with a
Motion
Castlevania
Twin,
game.
which is funny because Evil Empire is formed by some former members of Motion Twin, which Motion Twin was who developed Dead Cells, which is basically the reason that I
Ooh,
think
Dead
the new
Cells.
Castlevania exists. Konami worked with
Dead
Motion
Cells was
Twin
so
with a
good.
crossover between Dead Cells and Castlevania. And Dead Cells is, although a roguelike, probably
I
the
don't even
best
play games like that.
Metroidvania style experience
But it was just so much
out
fun.
there, if not close
worth
to.
checking
So
out.
Konami was
If you
right to
haven't tried
grab
that
these
already.
folks and say, hey, work on a new Castlevania, which is not a roguelike, just to be clear. Konami said that on their website, as well as that this game is set 23 years after Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. You play as Rose Belmont, who is the daughter of Trevor Belmont, and you're dealing with the fact that Drac is back. You're doing so on October 15th. I am doing so on October 15th as well. Castlevania Belmont's Curse is landing on PC, PS5, Xbox Series, and Nintendo Switch. I can't wait. And number 16 is Rayman Legends Retold, which is Ubisoft just doing the impossible, remembering that it has IP.
Makes sense.
IP that people like. So they're giving us a 3D
Probably wanted to word that different or something. But yeah, what games interest you? Anyways, just curious. I'm
reimagining of the legendary
Gonna criticize
Rayman Legends
your choice in
that
games or
some
anything.
people have gotten angry about and mistakenly called Unreal Engine swap.
Yeah,
It's
I
actually
know
their
I'll only be able to
proprietary
afford
engine.
like 2.
I think some people are just mad that there is some new content
When a
in
bunch of
game
releases
as
come
well.
out, I can get,
and
like,
when
2
you
of them.
buy this, it comes bundled
So,
with Rayman
I don't blame you.
Origins Enhanced Edition,
But it's
which
kinda
is
fun.
already out, but I mean, pretty good that it comes with
Having
it.
to
I don't know, I
choose
love
and
Rayman.
pick.
I'm pretty hyped that there's more Rayman
Sometimes
in
I
the
wait
world.
for
I will
games
be
to come out,
purchasing this because I want to
especially if I'm
support
not
Rayman.
sure
I
and I'm
want
kind of sketchy
Ubisoft
on if
to
they're
make
going to be
games that
good
are
or not.
Assassin's Creed or a
How about you?
licensed thing that's, obviously them trying to
Do
make
you
some
mostly buy
cash,
older
'cause,
games or
everything about Ubisoft? Rayman Legends Retold is coming
'Cause,
October 1st.
My
to
friend,
PC,
he
PS5,
almost always
Xbox
buys
Series, and
games
Nintendo
like a
Switch
year or
2.
2 after,
At number 15 is Hell Let Loose Vietnam.
just to make
which
sure there are
has
no
Team
bugs
17 and Expression Games
stuff.
moving the brutal tactical shooter series from World War II into the Vietnam War, giving us massive team battles with 50v50 warfare in jungles, mountains, and other Vietnam area combat zones, having you play as the North
Roblox,
Vietnamese
yeah.
Army and or the U.S.
Roblox
forces.
is
I'm sure some of
something
you
else.
will switch between both. And there will be
I
others
definitely
that
don't
have
play
their
it
favorites.
very
You can
often.
build tunnels,
I
you
only
can
play
fly
it to, like,
helicopters,
pop in
drive
there and
patrol boats. It
monitor
looks
my,
insane. If you like
nieces
Hell
and
Let
nephews.
Loose, of course, I'm sure
Like
it's
every
going
now and
to
again, I'll
be
pop on there and
everything that
say
the
hey to them.
previous game has been, maybe more on
See what
account
they're
there
doing.
was more technology available in the Vietnam
But I don't
War.
usually,
it was
like,
also a much worse regarded
play it.
war almost immediately. So I'm kind of pretty
Is it fun?
interested in exactly how this all shakes out. Hell Let Loose Vietnam
Because
is
like
landing
most people,
August
I've only seen like
13th
the
for
weird stuff. I
PC,
haven't seen like
PS5,
the actual,
and
you know,
Xbox Series.
gameplay or anything.
And number 14
I have
is Star
played, like,
Wars
2 different
Galactic
modes.
Racer. Remember episode 1 racing? Yes, you do.
Something
Or
about
I think you
nights
do.
and
I have to imagine our
staying
viewership mostly
overnight.
remembers that game. This is a high-speed
It was a
arcade
weird game.
racing game from that
Kinda cool,
mold
though.
that
Had a lot
Fuse
of fun with
Games
my,
is
brother and
putting
sister,
out to
'cause they played
update
that.
what is frankly a
'Cause
pretty
apparently that was one
janky
of the
old
games that I
racer.
played
This
with the
version
kids.
looks anything
Then
but
I saw
janky
the
to me.
farming one.
It
My
takes
sister
place after
loves
the
that
fall
game-
of the
that game,
Empire
so.
when the New Republic is trying to rebuild. The Outer Rim has an illegal racing league because why wouldn't it? That sounds like a lot of fun, right? And to be frank, it really kind
Makes
of
sense.
looks like it's
What are you
trying
on,
to
by the
fill
way?
the hole left by the old pod racer. You know,
Are you on console or PC? Because if you're on PC, they constantly give away games. Like for an example, Epic, you can get pretty good games for free. They just periodically give out games. You just got to kind of pay attention, and sometimes the games are poo poo, sometimes the games are good, but they're always free. They change them out like once every 2 weeks or a week, depending on the time of year and what's going on.
as well as Wipeout, Burnout, and a lot of arcade races just vanished.
Okay, that
because,
makes sense.
I don't know. I guess all racing fun
But
has to be.
you should
ground
make
up
sure that
and
you still grab the
monetized
games,
some form of
because
open
when you
world
do
something.
upgrade,
I'm
or
pretty hyped.
if you get the
I
chance
loved
to get like a
episode
better
1
graphics
Racer,
card
even
or
though it, like I
CPU,
said, is a
depending on
pretty
what your issue
janky
is.
and not particularly well refined game.
Yeah.
I have a feeling this is kind
You
of
can-
going to
you can
deliver
just
on the promise of that, and it's
play
landing
those games when
October
you get them,
6th for
like when you get the
PS5,
thing.
Xbox Series
Also,
X,
another
PC.
thing, Amazon gives away
And number 13 is Call of Duty
games
Modern
from, like, the,
Warfare 4. Now, keep in mind, I said top
one
20
thing,
new games, not top 20 best
what
new
was it
games.
called?
You're going to talk about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, whether you like
I don't
it
have
or
it.
not.
I
So
don't have
am
Amazon
I.
Prime.
I would
But if your
prefer
mom or
if
someone
I
does,
liked it, though, I'll say.
your mom or
Infinity
your dad
Ward
or
is
whoever
back
your
in the helm
whoever your
here.
parent or
I don't know
parents
that
are.
that necessarily means it will be great.
If they have that
It's the follow-up
and they
to
don't
the
have
rebooted Modern
and they don't
Warfare
use it,
3, which was
it's definitely worth grabbing.
not great. I always want a good Call of Duty. I want Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
I've gotten these games in the last year. I'll show you what I got right now, just for a fun little thing. Steam. Oh, I was looking at that because I just got that. Obviously, who doesn't have Among Us? But yeah, I got most of these games in the last year, although some of them are my brother and cousins. But yeah, so it's just a pretty decent list of games. But I think a good chunk of them are mine. It hasn't, but yeah, it hasn't taken too long. Mostly like with the Resident Evil ones and stuff like, and like Borderlands. Those were big old collections that went on sale for like $50 or something. And I'm like, ooh, I'll grab all those. But yeah, my favorite game actually has to be. Do I have it on this console? On this? Let's see. No, I don't have it. But yeah, it's Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. That's my favorite game ever. But yeah, I do a lot of stuff on YouTube and places like this. Yeah, sorry. They don't use Amazon. That's unfortunate. But yeah, a lot of people don't know about that, so it's a fun little thing. So if anyone does ever get Prime, you can always do that. Now we're going to switch the source back to YouTube's. There we go, guys.
Warfare 4 to be great. That's what I want. And
Oh, thank
I'm
you,
sure
thank you.
anybody
I try to make sure, like,
wants that.
especially
I'm
since
not
you're the
gonna
only one
hold out
talking right now.
hope for it. Haven't
Trying to make sure I
exactly given
make the
us
experience
a lot
good for
to
you.
inspire hope in recent years, but it is one of the biggest releases of the year.
Even if the suggestions don't
Sometimes they
work,
pull a
it's
rabbit
nice to
out
have
of their
options,
hat.
isn't it?
I'm not going to rely on it, but again, it's what I want. We're going to have campaign, we're going to have multiplayer, we're going to have DMZ, which is the extraction focus mode. I'm just hoping for a good campaign.
Also,
Like
keep an eye
Call
out
of
for
Duty, whether they
when
want to admit it or not.
there are games
because
that
I'm
are free
sure
on
they make all the
GOG.
money in the world off of their multiplayer bullshit. It lives and dies on the campaign.
In fact,
if the campaign sucks, people
if you
hate
join
the
my
game. Even if
Discord,
they
I
play
will.
the multiplayer.
I'll
Black
put the
Ops
link
7,
up.
If you just played the
You can find all the
multiplayer,
different
it's
stuff.
fine. It's fine.
Because I
The
have a
campaign is
section just
ass,
where I
though,
post
and
when
it
free
left a
games
black
come out
stain on
and stuff like
game.
that.
And if the multiplayer
For like
was
all
better
for
than
consoles
just
and
fine, I suppose it probably would have had an easier time.
other
but
people.
That's where we are with it. Modern Warfare 4 is coming out on October 23rd for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PC, and Switch 2. And number 12 is Ace Combat 8 Wings of Thieves.
Copy link.
Bandai Namco is finally giving us kind of just a normal ass Ace
Sorry if I
Combat
missed
game,
the
it
thing
looks
for a
like.
second.
It's
I
not
will.
set in a real thing. It's not trying to be real. It's trying to be Ace Combat, which is
Okay,
nice.
there we go. Didn't
I
miss
like
any
that.
chats. Good.
Definitely looks a lot better graphically speaking, but apparently this is a return to form for the game. Bandai Namco describes the scenario as you're a fighter pilot rescued at sea by an outdated aircraft carrier called the Endurance, which happens
Okay.
after your homeland's navy has
That looks
basically
really
been
interesting,
turned
doesn't
to,
it?
sea rubble? Is that what you would call? I don't know. Scrap metal.
No, we're gonna go.
It's been
And
destroyed. Let's
sorry
say
that took so
Anyway,
long.
you're pulled into a war where the carrier
Yeah,
is
if you,
packed with refugees,
copy that and paste
resources are
it.
scarce, and that's the point. It's all an excuse for some high-speed dogfights where you have near infinite ammo and everything's completely nuts. And I love Ace Combat. Ace Combat 8 Wings of Thieves is coming October 2nd for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series. At number 11 is Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. We don't have
Oh, makes
Marvel
sense, makes
versus
sense.
Capcom. That's not around. So,
No worries.
You know, how about a 4v4 tag team fighter from Arc System Works instead? Basically, it looks like Marvel versus Capcom without the Capcom. Maybe a bit more yes, definitely more anime. And Arc
Call
System
of
Works
Duty
made Guilty
is
Gear and Dragon Ball Fighters, so
much fun.
that. The
Um,
animation is
I
gorgeous.
think I would
The
probably play
supers are
Warzone more because I
absolutely
did
nuts,
like that
and
one.
I'm just really looking forward
But
to it. I
the
like
reason I
Marvel
don't
versus Capcom.
is
This looks like a
because,
successor to that.
when they
minus the Capcom
changed
part.
to
I'm
Warzone
fine with
2.0,
minus the
I didn't
Cap-
wanna
would
buy a
like
bunch of stuff
Marvel
again,
versus Capcom.
'cause
But
I spent, like,
this too.
hundreds of
Tokon Fighting
dollars on
Souls.
that.
It's landing on PC and PS5. No Xbox version.
So I was, like,
at
depressed.
least right now. And it's launching
I
August 6th, so it's
Like,
not
I
that
still
far
check it
away.
out every now and again, but
And number 10 is Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, a full remake of the beloved Assassin's Creed Black Flag, with veterans from the original game returning. They've rebuilt it in the latest version.
Yeah,
of the engine. Edward Kenway's back.
ironically, the
Caribbean is
thing that
quite
I make
pretty,
games with,
and it's not PlayStation 3. The graphics are quite a bit nicer. Everything's alleged.
I'll show you. I got this for free because they were giving it away. So I make games in this every now and again. I haven't really published anything yet, but I'm doing different concepts and different game play styles and stuff. I'm trying to see what really sticks. I am in the process of making an RPG that should be a demo in a little bit, but should be within the next few months. But I've been saying that for a while. It's because I kind of want everything to be perfect. I want it to actually be an interesting story and not just a concept for a game. And then I also want to do a few other things. Make sure there's little Easter eggs and things that you can't access in the actual game that will be in the demo. And, just so people have a reason to do both. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm very particular about certain things. So eventually my games will come out. It's just I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes
A
to
lot nicer.
certain things.
They're aiming to stay faithful to
If
the
the story
original,
isn't
but
perfect,
they want it to
I'm
be a little
not
bit
going to do it.
smoother,
Like
a little
I've scrapped the
nicer,
story like
dynamic
5
weather,
times.
city access, combat, stealth. All these things are upgraded according to everything I've seen on the game. But Ubisoft says they have not upgraded it to an RPG like the larger recent Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah,
games.
it doesn't need
Solo
to be perfect, but
character-driven action adventure
I want it to be.
They've emphasized
I want to make
repeatedly
sure,
not
like
turning Black
you were
Flag
saying,
into a recent
I want to make sure there's at least a few
RPG-style entry.
characters
They're
in the
keeping it
demo and stuff that
faithful
make
with
people
some
actually want to play the
control
full game.
modernizations, apparently, obviously graphical modernizations. I love
Yeah,
Black Flag.
I
It's
really
such a
like
good game.
the whole
I don't know what the hell they're
RPG
doing
Maker
with the
game.
modern-day
Like
stuff.
it's
Apparently, they're doing something.
it's
I
a
would
really
prefer
nice
if they
way
didn't
to
do
start.
anything at all. Just let us
because
let us be a pirate.
I was trying to play
Black Flag
around with
Resync
Unreal and
planned,
stuff, and it's just
July
it's too
9th,
complicated
not
for
far
me
at
to
all, for PC, PS5,
learn
and Xbox Series.
right away.
At
There's
number
so many
9 is
different
Beast
things.
of
Making a
Reincarnation,
3D game
which
is so much
is
more
one of the
difficult.
weirdest names
So I
for a
decided
game
to start
of
out with a
all
2D
time.
game and
Even
then go from
weirder
there.
is it is a game from
'Cause you don't
Game
wanna
Freak,
overwhelm
who
yourself.
make Pokemon games,
Which is what I did
basically
at first.
exclusively, but it is not a Pokemon game. It's a game set in Japan in the year 4026. There's a blight that has consumed the world, it's corrupted a ton of life into monsters known as malefacts. You're Emma, you have a dog, a big dog called Ku, and Steam describes it as a one-person, one-dog action RPG. Honestly, I don't know what the hell that means, but it looks good. I like it. I have a feeling
Okay,
Wolverine.
let's go
It's
ahead.
basically the
There
easiest
we go.
pitch in all of gaming. What if the studio behind Marvel's
This
Spider-Man
game looks good.
made a brutal single-player Wolverine game? And I included the word brutal in there for a specific reason. I don't
Oh,
know if
yeah.
you watched the footage of this freaking game.
Whoa.
I don't really know if we.
I
can
forgot
put
how
all of
violent
that
this was,
footage
actually.
into
Ugh.
This. It's bloody as all hell, and there are some pretty wild takedowns that go on.
What
I
sucks
might
is
be
the
wrong.
graphic requirements are going to be
I'm not the one who
ridiculous on
edits
this.
the video element of this, at least not generally. My point is, this ain't family fun. It's fast-paced combat.
Oh
where
my
you can take
gosh.
chunks out of people, and they can take chunks out of you. If you're interested in putting Wolverine's claws through somebody's chin out the top of their head, well, that's this. Marvel's Blade Zero, an action RPG from S Game.
Okay,
built
yeah, I'm like,
around
let's
what
go
developers
ahead to
call
that. That was a
the
little
RPG
bloody.
style, which is some
I'm
steampunk,
sorry
some
about that.
martial arts, and some dark fantasy all wound up into one. The setup's super dramatic. You're an elite assassin who was framed, nearly killed, and brought back with 66 days to live. So you're not using that time to reflect on life and find peace or anything like that. You go on a big revenge binge and kill. Do a whole lot of that. You kill.
Right,
Phantom
right,
Blade
right.
Zero looks like it could be pretty damn cool. It's one of those ones where, on one
I
hand,
didn't think
I
it was
it
that
could be
bad.
good, and on the other, I mean, it really depends
Usually they
on
don't.
how well they execute.
But
I like
yeah,
the concept.
okay.
I like that it's kind of a Souls-like.
I'm definitely gonna be playing that.
And I'll be super interested when it launches October 29th on PC and PlayStation.
That is
5.
definitely how Wolverine is supposed
At
to be.
number 2 is Blood of
He's
the
definitely
Dawn
not
Walker,
supposed
which I'm
to be,
gonna
like,
say
super
is kind of another
kid-like. He's
thing
the only
like
real
that, where like all of the pieces are there.
character in
It's
that.
really going to be execution that defines this one.
That should be
It's,
violent like that.
The debut game from Rebel Wolves, which is a studio that's made up of several former CD Projekt Red developers, including some people who worked on Witcher 3, and they're clearly channeling that energy in a vampire RPG. That's what this is. I particularly like the way that they're handling time. It is a limited story.
Very
You have
interesting.
30 days and 30 nights to save your family, but that's not tracked with any sort of a timer. Instead, missions pass time, certain amounts of time, probably variable amounts of time, and There's also a day-night split where you're a human during the day, you use a sword and some magic, and at night you're a vampire. You have a completely different set of powers. I don't think it's a werehog.
You're not gonna play
situation,
any of those
but,
games?
You never know. I do expect
sense.
a lot out of it, but again, if the execution isn't there, the best.
Oh, this was funny.
Remember episode 1 racing?
Look at this one.
Yes, you do. Or I think you do.
It's
I
a
have to
completely
imagine our
pointless
viewership
game that I
mostly
don't know
remembers
why
that
it
game.
exists.
This is a high-speed arcade racing game from that mold that Fuse Games is putting out to update what is frankly a pretty janky old racer. This version looks anything but janky to me. It takes place after the fall of the Empire when the New Republic is trying to rebuild. The Outer Rim has an illegal racing league because why wouldn't it? That sounds like a lot of fun, right? And
Oh,
to be
yeah.
frank, it really
My game
kinda
isn't quite
looks
there
like
yet
it's
to where I
trying
wanna,
to fill the hole left by the
do
old
a
pod
playthrough
racer,
yet.
you know, as well as Wipeout, Burnout, and a lot of
I
arcade
still
races
haven't
just
finished
vanished because, I
doing
don't
the
know, I
main
guess
the
all
main
racing
quest.
fun
Right
has
now,
to
I
be
just populated the
ground up
world, so
and
it's just kind of basically a
monetized as
sandbox,
some form of open world something. I'm pretty
which is
hyped.
kind of fun,
I
but
loved episode 1 Racer, even though
not quite
like I
there
said,
yet.
is a pretty janky and not particularly
Also,
well-refined game.
on
I
this
have a
keyboard,
feeling this
I
is
don't
kinda
have
gonna deliver
arrow
on the
buttons,
promise of that, and it's landing
so I
October
can't
6th
control
for
the
PS5, Xbox
thing.
Series, and PC.
Because this
And number 13
Razor
is Call of
Huntsman
Duty Modern Warfare 4.
is like
And keep in mind, I said top 20 new games,
a
not top 20
mini keyboard,
best
not
new
an
games.
actual like
You're
full
going
size.
to talk about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 whether you like it or not. So am I. I would prefer if I liked it, though. I'll say Infinity Ward is back in the helm here. I don't.
But I do
know
need to
that
change
that
the
necessarily means
controls
it will be
soon to
great. It is the follow-up
WASD
to the rebooted Modern
because
Warfare 3, which
that's
was,
actually what I'm gonna have.
Not great. I always want a good
Oh.
Call of Duty. I want.
You know, you
Call
should
of Duty
also look
Modern
into
Warfare
if you
4
know
to be
anything
great. That's
about
what
like
I want. And I'm sure anybody who likes a good
like
military
or you
shooter
want to learn
wants
like
that. I'm not
programming
gonna
and stuff
hold
like
out
that.
hope for it.
You
It
should
hasn't
look into
exactly
Mugen
given
fighting
us
games.
a lot
You can
to
basically get
inspire hope
the
in recent
characters
years. But
from anywhere.
It is one of the biggest releases.
They're
of
really,
the
really
year. Sometimes they pull a
easy,
rabbit
easy
out
to
of their
add
hat.
to the
I'm not gonna
game.
rely on it.
You just got to
But again,
go in
it's
there,
what I want. We're gonna
download
have
the files,
campaign, we're gonna have multiplayer,
transfer
we're
the
gonna have
file to the
DMCs,
game,
the extraction focus mode.
and then you
I'm
go
just
into the
hoping for a good
into the
campaign.
actual like
Call of
the
Duty,
select file.
whether they want to admit it or not.
So you got to go
because
through the
I'm
game
sure they
files
make
and
all the
add
money in
that
the
character
world off
exactly
of
how
the
it's
multiplayer
written in the
bullshit.
thing.
It lives and
But
dies
once
on
you
the
got that,
campaign.
it's
If
perfect.
The campaign sucks. People hate the game.
So it's a
Even
little
if they
bit
play the
tedious,
multiplayer, Black Ops 7.
but
if
there are
you
people that
just play the
explain it way better
multiplayer,
than I
it's
do.
Fine. It's fine. That campaign is ass.
But yeah, ooh, wait. There's not enough
Vietnam,
games
which
in
has
Vietnam.
Team 17 and Expression Games moving the brutal
But
tactical
yeah,
shooter series from World War II into the Vietnam War, giving us
But
massive
yeah, that's a really
team
good place to
battles
start.
with
Like if
50
you want to like
warfare
learn how to
in
make games and
jungles,
stuff.
mountains, and other
Start with simple
Vietnam
games like that.
area combat zones.
But yeah, with the
Having you
Mugen
play
thing, you
as
can
the
make
North
all the
Vietnamese
characters from
army and/or
anything
the
you
US
want, like your favorite
forces. I'm
anime
sure some of you
or
will
your
switch
favorite
between both. And there will be others
cartoons,
that have
and just
their
have them
favorites.
fight each
You
other.
can build tunnels, you can fly helicopters, drive patrol boats. It looks insane.
Play
If
'em
you
with your
like Hell Let
friends.
Loose, of
It's
course,
pretty fun.
I'm sure it's going to be everything that the previous game has been, and maybe more on account there was more
I
technology
know, right?
available. In
Yeah,
the
it's just,
Vietnam War. It was also a much worse.
the mini
regarded
keyboards are like
war
that.
almost immediately. So I'm kind of pretty interested in exactly how this all shakes out. Hell Let Loose Vietnam is landing August 13th for PC, PS5.
On this one,
and
the
Xbox
these
Series.
are the keyboards.
And number
And
14
these are the
is Star
keys.
Wars Galactic Racer. Remember episode 1 racing? Yes, you do. Or I think you do. I have to imagine our viewership mostly remembers that game. This is a high-speed arcade racing game from that mold that Fuse Games is putting out to update what is frankly a pretty janky old racer. This version looks anything but janky to me. It takes place after the fall of the Empire when the New Republic is trying to rebuild. The Outer Rim has an illegal racing league because why wouldn't it? That sounds like a lot of fun, right? And to be frank, it really kind of looks like
well,
it's
just
trying to fill the hole
when
left
you-
by the old pod
When you're
racer.
trying to make something, just try to make sure you focus on one task at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. You just got to make the first part, the first little thing, the one thing that you're trying to add, and then just go from there. And look up how to implement it. A lot of people, if you really want to start making games like you were saying on a computer that isn't the best and can't handle stuff like that, the graphic needs of what you want to do is use probably Game Maker. It's very similar to what a lot of the stuff that it is one that a lot of people use. uh I think Game Maker is a really good place to start. It really depends. You might want to look up which thing works better for you. You don't want to make an engine unless you have to, because engines are not only difficult to make, they don't work. It's really, really difficult. But yeah, they don't always work out exactly how you want them to as well. And there's only certain reasons you'd want to make a engine. Like if you'd want to make an engine if there's something that there's something that you want done that no other engine does. That would be the reason that you would make it. But otherwise, just go with a nice free engine and go from there. Like we were saying, Unreal is really good. What else? What's a good one? Yeah, it just depends. There's so many game engines, and it just depends on what you want to do with it. Because, like, what's an example? What are you looking for? What are you trying to do?
You
Sorry.
know, as well as Wipeout, Burnout, and a lot of arcade races just vanished because, I don't know, I guess all racing fun has to be ground up and monetized as some...
But yeah, I'm just a weird clown that makes videos
hyped.
on here.
I love
And
Episode 1 Racer.
I'm not exactly an expert, but I have a little bit of experience, and I've been doing this for
I have a feeling this is
a little bit of time, like for a few years. So
and it's landing October
at least the
6th
last
for
decade, I've
PS5,
been
Xbox
making
Series,
small
and
games. If you've ever heard of a game called
number
Dreams,
13 is Call of Duty Modern
I
Warfare
used to
4.
make
Now, keep in
music
mind I said
and
top 20 new
small
games, not
platformers
top
and
20
stuff like that
best
on
new
there.
games. You're going to talk about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 whether you like it or not. So am I. I would prefer if I liked it, though, I'll say. Infinity Ward is back in the helm.
So many people use my stuff.
That necessarily means it
Like, because there you could use the assets that anyone made.
Which was not great. I always want a good Call of Duty. I want Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 to be great. That's what I want. And I'm sure anybody who likes a good military shooter wants that. I'm not going to hold out hope for it. They haven't exactly given us a lot to inspire hope in recent years, but it is one of the biggest releases of the year. Sometimes they pull a rabbit out of their hat. I'm not going to rely on it, but again, it's what I want. We're going to have campaign, we're going to have multiplayer, we're going to have DMZ, which is the extraction focus mode. I'm just hoping for a good campaign. Like Call of Duty, whether they want to admit it or not, because I'm sure they make all the money in the world off of their multiplayer bullshit, it lives and dies on the campaign. If the campaign sucks, people hate the game. Even if they play the multiplayer, Black Ops 7, if you just played the multiplayer, is fine. It's fine. That campaign is ass, though, and it left a black stain on that game. And if the multiplayer was better than just fine, I suppose it probably would have had an easier time, but that's where we are with it. Modern Warfare 4 is coming out on October 23rd for
That's okay.
PlayStation
That's
5,
okay.
Xbox Series, PC, and Switch 2.
I just went on for like 5 minutes just saying how
Ace Combat 8 Wings of Thieves
what engine you need
just a normal
depends
Ace
on
Combat game. It looks like it's not set in a real game.
what game
It's
you're
not
trying to
be
make.
real. It's trying to be Ace Combat, which is nice.
So
I
if you
like
could
that.
tell me a
It
few of the
definitely
things, I might be able to
looks a lot
suggest a
better
good engine for you.
graphically speaking, but apparently this is a return to form for the game. Bandai Namco describes the scenario as you're a fighter pilot rescued at sea by an outdated aircraft carrier called the Endurance, which happens after your homeland's navy has basically been turned to sea rubble. Is that what you would call? I don't know. Scrap metal, maybe.
But yeah, no worries. Stuff happens. That does sound like an important thing. You don't have to apologize for that at all. Ooh.
You will never win.
Not only did you disobey
Okay, so
a direct order, but come to find out, you ran off to meet with Darth
well,
Jadis.
what are you gonna do in it?
To stand against Jadis, you're going to need
How do the
my
powers work?
help, and you'll need them too.
At least conceptually.
If we're going
How
to
do they work?
succeed, we will all have a part to play.
Or are there no
May the Force be
powers?
with you both.
Or they're just like random things?
The Mandalorians need all the support they can
Oh, hey, Ghost. How you doing?
This is a turning point for the galaxy, for all of us.
Hedda,
I'm just looking at random gaming stuff and talking to this viewer.
By the Force.
That's one of my streamer friends.
I will make way for a new galactic order.
I'm doing good. We're just looking at like what? Oh, dang it! I pressed the wrong thing. But yeah, what news and stuff is going on? Seeing what games are coming out because that's fun. Trying to see news that actually matters, not stuff like this. Here, let's give you a sprinkle of my politics. That's not interesting to me. Mm, a lot of the gaming news is always filled with stuff like that. So then we're going to go back to this channel and look at the first half that we missed of that. The most disappointing games. Ooh, that's going to be fun.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we're already halfway through 2026. Yes, I know, it's crazy. So like we do every year, we do some roundup videos. We look back at the first half of the year. Of course, we're doing 10 of the best games of the first half of 2026, but today
Okay, so telekinesis and super speed.
Disappointing games from
That
this
sounds
year.
like it won't be too hard
We
to
got 10
implement.
examples,
Those
so
are
let's
actually
get
kind of cool.
started off with number 10. High Guard. I know, an obvious one, but this was revealed at the 2025 Game Awards. And the trailer itself was not that good. The game that was shown felt like it lacked any real hook or unique energy to it that would get anyone really excited about it. I'm not saying that all the mockery was necessarily right, but I mean, just look at the game. I think we've made this observation before, but it literally looks like the game you see people playing in the background on a TV show like Law and Order SVU.
Oh yeah.
It looks
This
like
has
the
only
most
been going
generic game
for
that
an
is
hour.
a real thing. That doesn't mean we immediately wanted it to crash and burn, though. And this is why we were the most disappointed. Number one, it was revealed as the last big thing of the 2025 Game Awards. It was built up, it was hyped, and it was coming from a new studio called Wildlight Entertainment that was founded by people who worked on
But yeah,
Call of
I'm
Duty, Titanfall, and more significantly,
usually you
Apex
see me every
Legends.
Friday, if
So
nothing
the
else.
pedigree spoke for itself. They've done good work in the past.
Last
so it was
Friday I skipped
possible
it,
that
but
if it looked kind of bland on the surface,
me and my friend have
maybe
been trying to do
gameplay-wise, it could be good.
the whole
There were
like
some early
the
video
friend games that
impressions
you
looked
see a lot of the time.
surprisingly solid. There was a possibility
This
that it
week
might
we're
actually
probably going to be
decent.
doing
And then the game
Escape the
launched
Backrooms.
January 26th,
That was looking
2026,
pretty good.
and it wasn't decent. As I said in the before you buy, it just was not good enough.
Okay, so you're going to do a lot
Just
more than
felt
just the two characters.
underbaked. I think it had some moments, it had some promise. The core
But yeah,
gameplay
I like
loop
that.
was
I think
repetitive
the
match
I think
style.
the whole
It
thing
had
has a
some
lot of
interesting
promise.
aspects to it, but it was paced out all weird and slower than it needed to be. It was both
Super
highly
speed
competitive
and telekinesis.
sweaty, but then still had this slow, tedious gathering phase
Those
where you
yeah,
almost never run into your
those are pretty
opponents.
good
It just felt
powers.
kind of weird. It was kind of confusing for new players or casual players, but then kind of dull and boring for more experienced players. And after a handful of hours, I'm not gonna lie, I had some fun, but then that was it. I felt like I had kind of seen everything, and it wasn't compelling enough. In a crowded video game market, Highguard just didn't really do anything special. Player counts dropped
I like the way
from
that one
there,
looks.
and then in March, the game was
Anyways,
shut down for good. While
I was
it
like, oh,
wasn't
that looks
quite
pretty
the next
explodey.
Concord, it lasted
Pretty cool.
for over a month. At the end of the
Too bad
day,
they messed
this was
everything
yet
up,
another
right?
Live service failure. Throw it on the pile. Next at number 9, Samson, a Tindleston story. This is one of those games where you see the initial trailer and it looks pretty interesting.
But yeah, with your game, I think you like, were you gonna have the super speed guy stuff be more like a runner game? And then with the telekinesis guy, is his stuff going to be all puzzles, or are you going to have them play together and you could switch switch between them like on the fly?
Like, yeah, they're really going for it here. But then you learn more about what the game actually is and why it is the way it is here. And what's unusual for
Because
the
I'm
game
always
is
just
that the
interested in
developers
like
weren't really hiding what it
where
was.
people
They've
are
been
going
pretty
with this
open
stuff.
about the fact that this game that we got is not actually what they originally intended to make. Apparently, this was going to be a full open world GTA style action game, but in 2025, the studio was apparently forced to lay off around half of its staff, and the final product was heavily restructured so that they could re-release what they had. And I still thought the idea behind a smaller GTA style game was admirable. But basically, the game we got was a last-ditch effort to kind of keep the lights on at the game's studio, it feels like. Liquid Swords. And while it's possible to look at the game from that lens and cut it a little bit of slack, I certainly did. Ultimately, this is still a video
It didn't
game
look
people
good.
are buying with their hard-earned money, and it wasn't good enough. It felt really unfinished, buggy, and incomplete. Sure, the open world
It
loop
looks
is
like a
incredible.
Grand Theft
It
Auto
looks
game where you play as a
graphically,
bum.
It looks awesome. But the core gameplay loop, what you're doing, it's kind of like a wake up every day, do enough crimes to earn some cash and pay off your debts. It ultimately ended up really, really repetitive. Plus, you mix that with the fact that the whole game is based around driving and punching dudes.
Yeah,
and,
yeah, yeah.
both aspects of those didn't really feel that
No
good.
worries.
The hand-to-hand combat just felt incredibly borked and funky and simple.
It's
It was
always
repeat. And as someone who just
always
believes
a
in the
difficult thing
studio
'cause you're like,
Liquid
huh,
Swords, from when they were announced, you know,
what
it's got
do
people
I
who
want to do
worked
with
on
these
Just
characters,
Cause
right?
and Mad Max games. I was there for them. I was ready to see what they cooked up. I was hopeful, but unfortunately,
My
the
game's a little
game
more
didn't quite
like a little bit
for me.
more
Credit where
complicated than
credit
I
is
wanted
due,
it
though.
to be
This
at
game
first.
has received
But I kind of
significant
like it.
updates since it launched. It seems like the studio
So
is
essentially, like,
working
they'll have like
to make it
colors,
more fun,
and
more
each of these
compelling,
colors
less
would
buggy and
represent
glitchy.
an
So I'm
element.
hoping that there is a future for Samson, especially the
Well,
cool
like
city
the
that they
fruits.
built out. It feels really authentic.
Fruits
But
would
for
be
now,
different
it's another
colors, and
game
the
for
fruits would
2026 to
represent
release that just
it. So
wasn't
yeah,
good.
it is a little confusing.
Next at number 8, Aphelion. This one stings because it comes from Don't.
But yeah, like the
We
fruit,
recommend
like
games from this studio like all the time, and they
the
generally do some
kiwi
really
or the
great
apple
work.
would both be
We've enjoyed
poison,
almost everything they've put out
or,
recently, be it Vampire or Vampire, Jusant,
Earth.
the climbing game, or Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden. Like, these are all games I'd recommend fairly easily. but their latest game just doesn't really have any of that sauce. The usual level
Cherry
of
or
polish and
strawberry
quality
would
just
be
isn't quite there
fire.
with this one. It's weirdly buggy and messy
It,
in a lot of areas.
it was a
Big
very,
problem,
it's a
considering
very
this was
interesting
primarily
concept, and
an exploration
I'm still gonna have to
platforming
screw
game.
around with
After
it a lot.
Jusant, you thought they'd have that stuff down pat, but it just seems like this game was kind of rushed to market. The stealth is substandard, the climbing feels messy and breaks too often, and unfortunately, the story isn't really that engaging. There's just not a lot here to get excited about, which is sad to see from a studio that's usually pretty solid. It's especially frustrating because normally, we're all in for
No
the good
worries.
astronaut.
Again,
Like, we'll take it, especially with some Uncharted style hazards.
making
Like, even
games is
though
a
it was
long
definitely flawed,
process.
a lot of us here on the team
So don't
really
feel
enjoyed
discouraged that you
Deliver
don't
Us
have all
Mars.
the things
And
figured
this
out
could
yet.
have been like a bigger, more budget, more polished version of
You
that.
don't
But
have
it's
to.
not.
You just
It's
got the,
dull, it's boring,
you just got
it's
the
a book,
concept,
kind
and
of a
you're just
slog,
running from
and
there.
that made things significantly worse because of all the bugs and performance issues. But even if the game was perfectly performant, then it still ultimately would be disappointing.
Yeah,
There's just not
I've
much
only
meat on
had
the
this
bones on
game
one. The
idea for
story's
like the
forgettable,
last year or
the
so,
gameplay
so
doesn't leave much of an impression. And again, in a crowded market where
it's still
so many
not
other
even as
better
fleshed out
games are
as
begging
it
for
could
our
be.
time, this one just felt like a waste of it. Next at number 7, Directive 8020. This is another one of those dark pictures anthology games. Even though this one isn't expressly branded as one, it is this studio doing the thing that they've really perfected at this point, but it still feels like they haven't really done anything as
Yeah, that game was not good.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we're already halfway through.
Last day of Rec Room. Sad day. Enjoy this. Makes sense. The heck? Oh, maybe I should.
Just kind of ignore him. Don't click on it, especially. Do not click on that dot.
Alright. How do I grab stuff? Just click it? There's a head in here, by the way.
Oh shit. I'm dead.
Where are you? I'll come grab you.
No, I'm dead. Dude.
He died too. Wait, what was that? Another Naruto game. It's okay. We're actually probably gonna switch internet soon to something a little better. Because this one will randomly go out sometimes. Oh, okay. What? What is this? Okay, yeah, I have no idea what that is. But it does not seem to be anything that they're advertising. Let's just do. Nice, nice, nice. Always good when you have good internet, right? Ooh, yeah, let's look at the Summerfest games because we haven't really looked at these yet.
We have a ton to cover here, so let's start right away.
If anyone's
Blood of
here and they
Dawnwalker
haven't,
new trailer. We're
could you
still trying to
please
wrap our heads
follow
around this one, but
or
we're
like,
gonna
depending
tell
on
you
the
that our
platform?
interest in the Blood of Dawnwalker has seen quite a spike after its showcase at Summer Games Fest 2026. We
But I
see
won't keep
Cohen
pestering
ordering
you
a
guys.
very morbid delivery, although it's one that he desperately needs. He's in bad shape, and the hapless man who brings his box to him can only watch in horror as he chomps down on a blood bag, his injuries healing quite quickly once he gets his fuel. His vampiric form is on full display here, although he's aged quite a bit.
I'm really
If
liking
you're
the look of
wondering
that
if all
game.
this takes place in the present day, it does. But doesn't this one take place way back in the past? Well, you're 2 for 1 here. But it seems that Cohen survives his effort to take on Brensis, but that doesn't mean that the current ruler of Vale Sangora doesn't put up a good fight. And if the trailer's any indication, it's a battle for control of the region that doesn't end in the 30 days that the game claims, but moves to the shadows.
Oh, I think I have
So
123.
how does all that come together? We're going to have to wait to find out more about that when this game drops in September. Mighty Cuphead Adventure announced, Cuphead 2
Twitch, I
confirmed.
have 94.
Developer studio MDHR Entertainment has announced that it has begun working on a brand new Cuphead game that, much like the original, will also feature hand-drawn animation. While the studio hasn't revealed any details about when we might get our first look at the new Cuphead title, it has also confirmed that a smaller team has been working on a new game. This second title, dubbed Mighty Cuphead Adventure, got a gameplay reveal. The trailer confirmed that it will feature a retro aesthetic and offer the same kind of fast-paced 2D platforming gameplay that fans of Cuphead know and love. However,
I don't know.
presentation and gameplay
I've semi-created videos. I mostly played single-player games, and I'd upload the videos.
Two-player co-op. Neither of the two projects
Or I
got any
do
release
live
windows.
streams on
However,
console.
how polished Mighty Cuphead Adventure looks,
I've
it
only
wouldn't be
really
too
been
surprising
doing
to
this
see it
in
come
the
out
past 2
either
years, like
later this year
the
or
last
early
year
in
and a half for
2027.
serious,
Now, as
like
for
actually
Cuphead
trying
2,
to
the title is
make
quite
it.
likely
Before
further
that, it
away,
was just for
and
fun.
a late 2027 or even 2028 release window shouldn't surprise anyone. Last Harbor revealed.
But now I got this crazy
Developer
clown
Tiny Build
character,
revealed its
and
brand
I'm
new
doing
open
that.
world multiplayer survival crafting game Last Harbor. The title was unveiled during Summer Game Fest 2026 with a trailer, which showcases various gameplay systems like fishing, the visual style, and even a bit of action. While the survival crafting genre often requires players to build up their home bases, Last Harbor introduces a twist in the formula by making the player's base a boat that they have
23,
to
by the
build,
way.
maintain, and explore the world with. The boat will serve as the main hub where players will be able to craft, fish, cook, and upgrade
I am
gear,
33.
all while entering deeper into a deadly zombie wasteland to get their hands on more resources. Emergent cooperative gameplay was seemingly a major focus for Tiny Build, with the studio noting that players will absolutely need to make friends if they want to survive long in the harsh world of Last Harbor. PvP is also somewhat discouraged due to the tendency of guns to be quite loud, potentially attracting massive zombie hordes that neither player would be actually prepared for. Last Harbor is being developed
I
for
kind
PC and is slated for launch
I
in
like the clown
2027.
thing. It's worked out
End
pretty
of
well,
Abyss.
and
End of Abyss
it's a little bit
arrives
of
on
this, a
October
little bit of
1st,
that.
2026 for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC via the Epic Game Store, bringing its grim sci-fi
Sometimes
descent just in time
I'm
for
a variety
spooky season.
streamer too, so
Players
sometimes I
step
do
into the role of
movies
Cell,
and
a young
games,
combat technician
just different
sent
stuff.
into a ruined underground facility where abandoned machinery, buried secrets,
Sometimes I
and horrific
throw up
creatures wait.
reviews.
Built around tense
Although I
combat
haven't
and
done that in a
exploration,
while.
the game has
'cause-
players upgrading gear, scanning for hidden routes, and revisiting sealed-off areas as new paths slowly open up. Crossfire. Crossfire is a single-player,
92.
narrative-driven action game from a debut studio, coming to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. The game follows enemy operators Layla and Cross, who are forced into an uneasy alliance.
My
when a
birthday is
deadly
actually
threat leaves
towards
them with no
the end
choice
of
but to
August.
work together. Built around survival, tension, and character-driven storytelling, Crossfire promises a fraught
Like most
journey
people.
where trust may be just as dangerous as the enemy itself.
Because
Gen
August
Atlas.
happens to be
Remember
9
Gen
months
Design, the
after
new studio for
Valentine's
Pico
Day.
director Fumita Ueda, and their untitled project revealed years ago? Well, it finally has an official name, Gen Atlas, with a new trailer highlighting a mix of cinematics, gameplay, and development footage. In signature Ueda fashion, it's not exactly clear what's going on, but the world is seemingly in ruins, with the giant remnants of robots remaining. The protagonists can pilot their heads and connect them to bodies, thus creating a mech to perform
Oh yeah, math
various
is pretty
functions,
fun.
such as lifting giant pillars, even if they're not at the helm. What would a mech game be without being able to fight other mechs, right? Well, we see a few teasers
I
of
remember
the
going to
same here,
school in
including the ability to
1999.
punch their
That's
heads
how
off.
old I am.
There are plenty of other gameplay scenarios, from traveling on land vehicles and firing at rapidly pursuing creatures, to shooting targets while on a mech's body, Shadow of the Colossus style. Again, the actual plot and your mission remain unknown, but it's very compelling and looks absolutely stunning, barring the few frame rate drops. Gen Atlas is coming to Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC via the Epic Game Store, since the latter is publishing and wishlists are currently available. Blood
I
Message
remember
gets brand
the
new
day
trailer.
that 9/11
Now, these
happened,
games and
that I
24
was sitting in my
Entertainment have revealed a new trailer
classroom.
for the narrative-focused single-player action
Pretty
adventure
old.
game Blood Message. The title has been described as revolving around a character who sets off on a dangerous odyssey towards the east with his son.
We pretty much
and
just
along the
sat
way
there
has
and
to fight
watched
against
the news
impossible
all day.
odds.
Pretty sad
Along
day.
with the narrative setup, the reveal for Blood Message also gives us a look at some of its fast-paced hack-and-slash gameplay, which seems to have a heavy emphasis on making sure weapons feel weighty. The title will also seemingly
Yeah, that
focus
was like
on
one of the bigger
large-scale
things
battles, with players being thrown into the
in
thick
my
of it,
lifetime, I
having
think.
to take on hordes of enemy soldiers during battles. Along with standard sword fights, Blood Message will seemingly also allow you to, at least temporarily, play as other characters that
That
have
and
their
probably
own
the
unique
pandemic.
weapons and movesets. The action, as a whole, is also quite violent, with plenty of blood and dismemberment showcased throughout the action-packed trailer. NetEase has confirmed neither the release window nor the platforms for Blood Message.
Hey there.
However, the company has confirmed
How's it
that a
going,
playable
Kingpin?
demo of the title is available during Summer Game Fest Playdays, starting from tomorrow onwards. Alien Isolation 2 first trailer revealed. Well, guys, it's finally official. Alien Isolation 2 has finally been revealed at the 2026 leg of the Summer Games Fest, and the new trailer is a doozy. It's an unsettling walk through a dark forest, with a voice on your comms setting the stakes by telling your character that you've only got one chance to fix whatever has gone wrong in the time since the first game came out so long ago. Now, there aren't too many details in this short look at the game, but we can confirm that there's a xenomorph on the loose, in case you were
But yeah,
getting lulled into a false sense of security for some
It's
reason.
pretty crazy.
We can also confirm that it cuts quite the sinister figure, hunting you from the shadows before it leaps in
This
for the
game,
kill.
though.
It looks as menacing as you would expect it to be, and taking it on is definitely not for the weak of heart.
Looks pretty
Now,
interesting.
in case you've forgotten, considering just how long it's been since the first game released, this one's set in the same universe as the films, with the first game being successful enough to fuel a long chain of rumors and speculation about this one's
I've been
existence.
okay. Just been
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin
dealing with the
announced.
stuff I was telling you
Platinum
about.
Games, known for its work on fast-paced action games, has announced that it now has been working on a new action game adaptation of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles story, The Last Ronin. Interestingly, a game based on The Last Ronin had seemingly been in the works for a while, and
Yeah.
was originally announced all the way back in 2023. The story here will presumably be based on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The
Nice.
Last Ronin comic miniseries that was
Ghost.
published between 2020 and 2022. The plot of the comics
I
was
wish
set
I
in
was
a
that
dark
old.
future
Then I
timeline
could just
where
do
New
that
York City
classic
was
thing that everyone
successfully
wants to
taken
do
over by the Foot
when you
Clan.
get old.
Only a single
Just
Ninja
sit on
Turtle
your
survived
porch
the
with a
battles,
rocking
the
chair and a
eponymous Last
shotgun.
Ronin, who has decided to avenge the death of his brothers by taking
Tell
down
people to
the
get off
Grand
your
Son
property.
Shredder. The trailer released by Platinum Games didn't really reveal any details about whether its adaptation of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin will adapt the same story, or if it will tell a new one with the same setting and characters.
When I'm old, I'm going to have fun with it.
Wolf Among Us 2 and Wolf Among Us Remastered revealed. In what's definitely among our picks for the more exciting announcements at the 2026 edition of Summer Games Fest, Wolf Among Us 2 is now official and is looking good. Bigsby's back, and he's looking into a series of killings that suggest a deadly beast that he must hunt even as it hunts him. He's joined by Fabletown, and they need to work fast if they're going to unravel the latest mystery that they're tasked with solving. There's a bit of workplace drama thrown in.
This
for them
I
to
can't wait
navigate,
for.
and
I
a
am so
tasty-looking
excited
Tin
for this
Man
game
them to take on too.
to come back
You know,
finally.
usual Telltale stuff. Now, for those of you who might have missed the original title, Telltale is bringing a remastered version of that one to current-gen consoles. The reveals confirm rumors that the studio was planning to lift the curtain on its latest title, whilst giving new players a chance to replay the first one and see what the fuss was all about. That's coming in time for the holidays, and could be the perfect way to enjoy your downtime. Sword of Legends gameplay revealed.
Just the Wolf
Arbiter
Among
has
Us
his
2.
hands full against Kong G, Master of Cantrips, who brings some spectacular
Wolf Among Us
moves
was
to the
such a
battlefield.
good
We're not
thing.
kidding. The
I
guy
actually
brings a
read the
literal
comics,
fight.
and it's not quite the same. It's a little bit more it's more interesting than the comics, if we're being honest. But they still use some of the stuff, like some of the actual comic book story, so they don't completely throw it out, but they go their own way with it, which I kind of like. Oh, Ghost was joking. Yeah, I doubt he's 73. Um,
Fireworks display to one of his attacks.
ooh, yeah,
that can prove
let's just
deadly
look at the
if
Wolf
you're not
Among
precise
Us
with
too.
your dodges. In fact, you're probably going to want to dodge through all of his attacks.
Homicide. 6 total so far. Each case, husband and wife found. Shredded. People are dying. Some monster is out there. Word around the precinct is...
Wait. Why is the Tin Man white? Shouldn't his eyes be like, non-existent or translucent? And why are his eyes white? The land of Man, they got everyone here. Even the lion's in trouble here.
Bigby. Sheriff, I'll have your job within the week.
Are you living under a rock? You're a raging dumpster fire of a person.
You're the reason I'm here.
She's a detective.
Right? I was like, this is a weird choice. Shouldn't they just be, silver? Like the rest of him? Why does he look like he stole Batman's eyes? I want to be a famous hat maker. I'm not too worried about being super famous, but it would be nice if I got enough people to watch my Twitch so that I could start getting paid through the ads. That'd be that'd be pretty cool. Oh yeah, let's not look at the ending, especially in case anyone hasn't seen the ending for the first one. That was so good. then let's take a peek at what's going on with Fallout. I don't know. There's some cool doctors. I mean, if you ever seen Dr. Mike on YouTube, he's cool. I like him. I mostly just watch him review medical dramas because I watch medical dramas. Speaking of which, The Pit is a very big recommendation. No, it doesn't look like there's anything too crazy going on. Oh, that's what we're gonna look at. Okay, so the new Xbox CEO has already suggested that some changes are expected within Microsoft's gaming division over the next 100 days, and some reports have clarified that some of those plans might be these new goals range from refocusing the on Xbox's biggest failure, or the Xbox's biggest franchise, to become an autonomous. Fucking A. Those words. All that just to say he wants them to operate by themselves. The fuck? Okay, have a good time. Have a good day. Oh, shit. Thank you very much, Grim. Thank you very, very much. Sorry, I didn't see that for a second because I was trying to read that poorly written thing. That dude just grabbed the most obscure words for no reason. It did not make it sound better. Okay, so it looks like we're... Wait. Okay, like this. What was the point in this? It says, Fallout 5 release date update is music to our ears. You know, it's weird. I don't see any update, any release date. Do you guys see any release date? Okay, no worries. I am in the chat though, if you want to pop in. Cause I think I am going to be closing this stream in a second, cause I think we're out of that stuff to talk about now. Like all the gaming news and stuff. But let's see if there's anything else that, you know, happens to... Okay, like this. That looks interesting. I can't wait for the Hellraiser game, but let's not play that right now. Ooh, Legend of Zelda.
Hello.
Divinity.
Hey.
At the very edge of this kingdom.
Oh, I can hear myself through the stream. Oh, that's crazy. Light work, baby. That's how we do it. Hello, chat. That's how we do it.
Within it, an ancient solitary tree quietly watched over the inhabitants
Got to
of
mute the stream while I'm watching it. Yeah.
And they lived out.
Amen.
I'm like, I don't want to see the picture of the
little wee elf baby.
It's a rag on the wall that has pictures on it. I'm like, I don't want to see that. That's not a good way to show off your engine, guys.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit strange. What's up with that triangle glowing on his hand? What is up with that?
That's the Triforce.
Oh, the Triforce. Oh, okay.
So, guys,
it's like the go get gadget right there, boy.
So, guys, I hope you liked it. I'll be doing this semi-regularly. It depends. At least once a week. Just popping in and seeing like what's. I'll have a little bit better of a show next time, because this time I just did impromptu, but now I'll be adding a little bit more oomph to it.
Get a bit more spice.
So have a nice day.